Hey guys, welcome back to Izakaya Dreaming. It is Wednesday, the 29th of July. Sorry I didn't get anything done on the weekend. It's really hot here at the moment. We're in the middle of summer. It's crazy. It's like 35 degrees for, I don't know, the last 3.5 weeks. Every day's been 35 degrees. We've got another 4 or 5 weeks of it. It's really hot, really humid, and I was in the middle of doing a big render for the project, for the video that I was going to release Saturday morning. Someone turned the air conditioning off, and it killed my project. So I've had to redo the project from scratch. So that project will be out Saturday morning on time. This time on time. So, but I thought, I'd just do something. So, um, I thought I'd just do a bit of an update on, where we're at, what's happening at the moment, what projects are coming up, and what it's been like being here. So let's start with the projects where we're at. So far I've done all the strategy screens. I've done all of the flooring. You can probably see that behind me there. The flooring's been done. I got a little bit at the back of the house to do, but I've got a video that'll be coming out on that pretty soon, which is pretty cool. I've done all of the fly screens. I've built some storage up in the ceiling. I've also built some storage underneath these tatami mats in the back there. Got some shelving that I'm in the middle of doing now. I've built this desk that I'm sitting at right now. I've done a whole heap of work in the backyard, and we are now on day 5 or day 6 of renovating the bathroom. So we have no toilet right now, and we have no bathroom. So we've been bucket washing since we got here for the last 4 months because the bathroom wasn't really functional. It now doesn't exist, so bucket washing is now a luxury. So we're going down to the local public bath to have showers and things like that at the moment, and we're also sometimes relying on neighbours because we live in a place where you can ask your neighbour if you can use their shower, which is really cool. So the upcoming projects, I've got to build a deck out the front, which is going to be good. I've started on the garden out the back. So I've got a banana tree planted, which is cool. I've got an olive tree. I've got a pizza oven that I'm going to build, and then there's going to be a garden next to that, which is going to have things like oregano and basil and capsicums and onion, anything to do with pizza, all right? It's going to be growing in that garden, which is going to be good. So there's lots and lots of stuff coming up. Most of it is DIY because I'm trying to do it all on a budget, of course. With the bathroom, I have got contractors in to do the demo stuff and the reconstruction, mainly because of regulatory issues. I'd love to have done that 100% myself, but that's all right. We've got good footage of that anyway, but I'll be doing the cabinetry and all that sort of stuff. So lots of stuff coming up over the next, year, realistically. I'm probably going to be, I'll be at this for 2 years, at least, I would think. And I move very slowly. So, it's just the way it is. What's Japan been like so far? It's obviously very different from Australia. Culturally, completely different. As a mate of mine said many years ago when he came to Japan with us, could be on the moon. It's that different. And it is. It's incredibly different. Luckily enough, I've been coming here fairly regularly for quite a long time, so the culture shock wasn't huge for me. Most of the things that annoy me about Japan, and there are things that annoy me, but they're things that have annoyed me for a long time. So it's not like I've come here and found out, oh my gosh, they do this here. So there hasn't really been a major culture shock for me. Probably the challenges so far being here have been getting through I suppose the bureaucracy. And I don't mean that necessarily in a bad sense. They're very thorough, and registering yourself at the local council as a resident is not as easy as it is in Australia. In Australia, you just jump onto the website, put your details into the MyGov portal, and you're now registered in a new in a new town. With Japan, it's a bit different. You've got to go down to the council. You've got to get a my number, an identity within the local area. You've got to get a registration for the local area. You've got to sign up for local taxes, local healthcare, local pension, all that sort of stuff. Which once you've got it set up, it's actually really good. But yeah, it's a lot of paperwork, and it takes a long time. You'll be sitting in the council offices for absolutely hours. When I went to pick up my residence card, all I was doing was going to pick it up, and I was there for about 5 hours at the immigration building. But at the end of the day, you can complain about those things, or you can just say, "Hey, I'm living in Japan. How awesome's this?" So I've chosen to do the second, which is the right thing to do in my mind. But yeah, apart from just waiting around and things taking a long time, everything else has been unreal. The community that we've moved into. So we're in a little farming village. There's about 50 people here, maybe, over a very large area, and it's just been great. So everybody knows each other, but everyone here's kind of grown up together. So a lot of people here, in their 60s, in their 50s, 60s, 70s, they've lived here since they were born, their whole lives, so they know each other really well. In this village, there's about 5 or 6 kids, and that's been really good for my son because he really needs a close circle of friends that he knows really well. So having that sort of smaller group of kids that he gets to know really well and spend a lot of time with has been really, really good for him. We've had dinner parties at the house where, everyone's come over. We've had fireworks nights on the front lawn. The whole village just comes over and brings fireworks, and we just let off fireworks. They're not major, like, Sydney New Year type of fireworks, but they're fun. It's been really fun. We have these beautiful rivers near us, and my wife and I often grab all the kids in the village and we take them down to the river and we go swimming in the river and take the dogs down there. And it's about a 5-minute drive from our house. We're just completely surrounded by nature. I mean, I'm looking out the window of my office right now, and let me just quickly show you. That's basically the view that I've got. So that's basically the view that I have from my office now, which is a lot better than the view I had in my last office, which is a video that's coming up. So it's a really nice space to work. It helps me be creative and kind of gives me something to look at as well. So when I'm doing fairly intensive work, I can have a bit of a break and just look out the window, which is really nice. So we've been doing lots of trips. I've been, going to check out some of the local temples and the local shrines. I've got some videos coming up on that as well, which will be really cool. All in all, it's just been a really, really positive experience so far. Probably the main challenge for me is language, which I knew it would be. It's my Japanese has improved significantly since I've been here, but it's still a struggle, and that's okay. I'll just keep at it, and eventually I'll get there. But yeah, on the whole, it was definitely, at this point, it would appear definitely to have been the right decision for us. No question about that. Everyone's doing really well. My wife is teaching at the local primary school. So my son went to primary school here for a couple of months, made a few friends, which was good. And then when he left that school, my wife actually started working there. which has been good. And I think what I really like about the situation here and the systems and the structures is that you are expected to contribute. So, for instance, semi-regularly we have a community cleanup where at least one representative from each of the households has to be there, and you're either cleaning up the roads or you're trimming all the trees and the grass at the side of the road. We did that a couple of weeks ago. About 12 of us got out there with brush cutters, and we did we cleared about 10 kilometers of road coming up in through the mountains up into the village, just clearing off the side of the road. And it was a really great day. It was a good opportunity for me to really sort of practice my Japanese conversationally. So, just spending that, and nobody here speaks English, so that forces me to really work on it. So that was really good. And it kind of showed me, how much it had improved, which is nice. They probably don't think it's good, which is fair enough because it's not. But that was really nice. We did a newspaper run as well, or cardboard, newspapers, magazines. So basically, every semi or regularly, anyone with a truck, which I've got a little truck. It's a little Daihatsu Hijet. So anyone who's got one of those just jumps in their truck for the day, goes around and just stops at all the houses and picks up cardboard and newspapers and magazines and things like that, and then we all take it down to the local school, or was a local school. It's closed now, but it's still there. It's like a community centre now. Take it all down there, and all the kids get there, and they all sort of clean it all up, which is good. So there's a couple of villages around here where they all get together and we all do that, which was nice. And again, it gets my son meeting kids from the other villages as well, which is really cool. But yeah, as I said, like it's there's an expectation that you contribute, which is great. But at the same time, pretty much everything that you put in, you get back out. So for instance, I've got to pay national tax, income tax, but I've also got to pay council tax or local tax. And we also, as a community, we all put in money together regularly so that we've got, a sort of a kitty for the village, so that things that need to be done around the village can be done. If there's any issues, the village will sort of get together and say, right, let's use the money to help this family. They've had an issue with the house or whatever, little things like that, which is really, really cool. And then, even little things like my wife works at the primary school. My son goes to the local junior high school, and, they get lunch provided free of charge for them. My son's education up until, I think, year 10 is free, but he gets provided lunch as well. So you can you really, really see where your taxes and your contribution goes. It's all very transparent, and you see it come back, which is really nice. It's nice to actually feel that money coming back. So that's been really good. What else is there? I think that's probably about it. Any questions, pop them in the chat, but otherwise, I hope you enjoy my content. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and hit the notification bell somewhere to be notified when there's new content. But otherwise, I will see you Saturday morning with the next video. Catch you then. See you guys. Bye.